Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091 and welcome back to Let's Play 999. Last time left off, we were still solving some puzzles here in this room, and we turned on something, but we don't know what. But I have a feeling that it must be in this lab because, well, there's really no other place to look. So, maybe this thing has power now. Junpei! This thing in here is on now! Yeah, that's because we activated the power over here on the side. Could you, like, play with it a little bit? Okay, yeah, I'll turn this dial here. Turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. How about this thing again? This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under this table. I forgot to ask her to look at this thing. My god. Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. Is there anything on it? There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the hell were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans. Probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. Oops. Well, no, I didn't want to click that. Come on. This mannequin lying on the exam table. I can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. How about on this table? Got the scribblings from the table? No. Anything in here? To rack? No. I don't know why the hell I thought I'd do something. What about this? I can't click on it. Nothing to wires. Nothing to sync, maybe? Nope. Okay, should mess with this again. Maybe you increase the voltage? Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey! Wait, Clover! Aw, shit. Oh, boy. Please don't come alive. Please don't come alive. What? I think, That's not good. That's not good. Oh, he's on fire. Oh my god! The mannequin's head! Oh, man, that sounds like a fire alarm. Oh, what the hell? Fire detected. Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. What was that noise? The mannequin's head is on fire. Okay, it looks kind of funny, but there's no laughing matter. If we don't do something, Clover will. I heard something unlock though. Ah, it unlocked. The control device for the electric door lock. The green light is on. Open the door. Junpei, look at the light. Yes, it's green. The emergency system has activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. Clover! Junpei! Come on, kid, jump! She's safe! Oh man, that's smoking some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Cough. Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Cough. I don't feel like coughing. Of course I'm not alright! What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead! Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here. That fire's not going to stay out in that room forever. Can we exit through here? Wait, was that it? Oh. That was surprisingly easy. Junpei, Clover, and Lois leapt out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them. All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clean air, and with each one, he could feel his body begin to calm down. Alright, let's go. They nodded to each other and started off down the hallway. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked. Soon, they had tried all the doors but one. The final door sat in a corner of the hallway. Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. That was no doubt. The voice belonged to... Jumpy! He spun around. There at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running toward him. 3 of them. June, Santa, and 7. They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air. Hey! Where are you guys doing here? What? But we didn't... Before he could finish, Clover spoke. Guys, could you come over here? She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious to what she'd found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. It's the map. A map of the ship's interior. It said sea deck in the upper left corner. Most likely they assumed it was a map for the floor they were on. Door 7 and Door 8. The map confirmed that they already knew. Both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. Yeah, sure enough. Which one did we go into? Yeah, so we were in that, which seemed like the long one, but that's the lab, so... Okay. It doesn't seem like door 7 is going to be that big. Well, you know, whatever. In fact... Yeah, isn't that what I said? Until we find that 9 door, 0 ain't going to split us up. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door 9. That's how the notary game works. Julia looked at the map of the ship's interior again. As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. As one, they all moved back toward the door Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. I probably won't look at that map, though. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke, without looking back at the other 5. Ready? I'm going to open it. They nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. Please don't be bad, please don't be bad, please don't be bad, please don't be bad. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the map had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not so very long ago. The tremendous central hospital room with empty beds from wall to wall. So wait a minute. So I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, I remember I said like going to door 3 didn't matter, but in door 3 we got the Mercury key card, and in our room we got the Sun key, right? So there is purpose of going in there, and it just leads us back out to where we already were. Okay, so I guess even for door 7 it's going to do the same thing. Well, apparently, anyway. I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and a laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors. Oh, so door 7 is a freaking operating room. That's just swell. He looked like everyone, like anyone might, after after just waking up. But it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report. At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I'm sure you'll be back for me. I did hope you would come back, but I confess I didn't think you'd be back so soon. Ace shook his head with a rueful smile. Well, we saw each other again. We ain't dead, so I say that's good enough. 7 smiled. Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need. The key? Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here. 7 tossed something small and metallic towards Junpei. He caught it and found that the object was a key. Sure enough, it was a Jupiter key. On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June, who nodded back. It had been the Jupiter symbol. I'm going to let you hold on to that, alright? Alright, got it. Junpei tucked the new key into his pocket. As a group, they now had 3 keys that had not been used. The Sun key? Damn it, that's the Earth key, which had been found in the laboratory. That's what I found. I'm an idiot. The Saturn key cartridge has been found in the kitchen, and a Jupiter key, which 7 had just handed to Junpei. Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up. The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right? Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to... Oh, there goes my phone at my door. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Actually, I said I was going to be off for a little bit, but it ended up being like a couple of hours, so I don't even know where the hell we left off last time. We got out of that lab, and we were back in here, and it's like we're looking at the map again. It's like, whatever. Connects back to the central staircase. Then next to the stairs... Wait. They were the first words anyone had heard out of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy words. What about door 3? Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It's just led us back to the big hospital room. There's no point in seeing what's on the other side of that door. There is a point. At least there is for me. There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could, just the same. She looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. 7 looked everywhere in the room except at Clover, and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath. Yeah, I'm right. You're right. I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of the door 3. Yeah. Clover nodded once. The next person to speak was Ace. Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So, 7, you'll help me, won't you? Huh? Me? Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. Yep, that equals 3. It looked like 7 was doing them too. At last he gave up. Damn, well, I guess that's how it's gonna be. So I'm going with you, huh? Yes, you are. Alright, let's get moving. And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and 7 would discover what lay behind door 3. God, it's gonna be terrible for them to go into. Okay, we're heading out. Be careful. Oh, didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus. Don't let it get to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you were brought in, whatever. The rest of us can't open the 9th door. Ah, the truth comes out. 7 nodded, as if this answer made much more sense, and pulled a lever on the red. Well, enjoy that sight. I just can't believe they're actually going in there. Okay, let's go. The door opened, and Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through it. 6, 7, 8... And the door closed. After exactly 9 seconds, the door closed noisily. Alright, we should get moving too. Huh? Get moving? Where are we going? Everyone except Lotus seemed rather confused. Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain. Okay. I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key. Yes. Yes, if we're lucky, we might find Snake. They were at the end of the hallway lined by individual hospital rooms. The Jupiter symbol is engraved on a keyhole. Alright, Junpei, open it if you please. Yeah, on it. Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted. With a nice sharp click, he felt the door unlock. Alright, ready guys? Junpei's companions nodded. He nodded back and slowly and quietly opened the door. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I had to answer someone. Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom, with a massive central staircase. Great. Back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea? What do you mean? Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here. Sure, well, there has to be one, right? I'm just gonna say yeah. Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky. Huh? This. Juba peeled 2 things out of his pockets. Oh yeah, the keys. That's what I was kind of thinking, but, hey, couldn't be sure. The Saturn key card and the Earth key. Santa cocked his head to one side like an inquisitive bird and looked at them. After several long moments during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, June took pity on him. Don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? The next elevator, there was a card reader with a Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there's a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So, the 2 keys that Jumpy has should let us use the elevator on the door on A deck. Huh. Yes, that's right. June smiled and pleased with herself. So did Santa. Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into 2 teams? Lois and I will search the Earth one, so you 2 can search Saturn, alright? Sounds good. Saturn, I thought it was Jupiter. Oh, whatever. Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. Decided that their initial search should be brief, only 10 minutes. They'd meet back near the staircase once they were done. Junpei and June headed for the elevators. Sure enough, there was a card reader bolted to the wall next to the left elevator. He lined up the Saturn keycard and swiped it through the reader. The light at the upper left corner blinked to life. Great, looks like it's working now. Alright, now how do I call the elevator? There's a single button to the right of the elevator door. I'm assuming that's what you gotta do. And the button was an upside down triangle, the universal symbol for down. There didn't appear to be an up button. Junpei pushed it. He didn't have much of a choice, obviously. Wait, doesn't this take us back down to the second door? Door number 2? It opened! Look, Jumpy! June's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety. Sweet, it opened. Let's get going. He grinned at June and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to set foot in there, he felt a hand on his arm. Wait! What? I'm not really, I just... Oh gosh! Junpei was at something of a loss here. What could she possibly be so frightened of? June was probably afraid of being locked up only. Okay. Yeah, maybe they can only go down. I mean, that seems the only logical conclusion, right? She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators in A or B decks near a central staircase, all of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks. And the floor below that one where they were on D deck, should be completely submerged. That meant... Hey, wait a minute. The elevator came up from somewhere under us, right? Well, yeah, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise like it was moving, and then it opened. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So take a look inside. Junpei jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry. Oh, you're right, they are. She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed. Well, let's test it. Test it? Yeah, watch this. Junpei put one foot in the elevator and bent around the corner of the door until he could see the floor buttons. There were only 2, E and C. He pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. The door slid shut, and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. And I guess, it's going to go back down, and if it's wet, then they know that they can't go down there. A few minutes later, they heard the sound of the elevator door grinding open several floors below. Junpei nodded to June and pressed the elevator button again. A few moments later, the elevator returned. Yep, there you go. And sure enough, it should be... Yeah, look, nothing there. The door slid open, and just as Junpei had expected, there was no water to be found. See? Junpei was just puffing out his chest, just a little bit. June, however, still looked confused. What does that mean? How can the E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water? Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft in the E deck must be watertight and separated from whatever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you. He pulled out his notebook and pen and sketched out a rough illustration. Oh yeah, that is a pretty rough illustration there. I see. So this is why the ship hasn't sunk. The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water. Yeah, I think that's what's going on anyway. Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, alright? But... Come on, just do it, alright? He gave June's shoulder a reassuring squeeze and hopped onto the shoulder. He pushed the E button and the door began to close. June looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision, when suddenly... I'm coming with you! Huh? At the last possible moment, June dashed forward, turning sideways just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors. Junpei jammed his finger against the open button, but it was too late. The door had shut. He and June were in the elevator, and it was headed down to E deck. Alright then. Okay, he was so surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on E deck. Well, I guess we'll figure out what is on E-Deck in the next episode, guys. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play 999. I'll see you guys later.